We'll start the meeting and pledge the allegiance. Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Did our appointment cancel?
Yes, they're the ones that are going to try and set a meeting next week with you folks, either on Tuesday or Thursday.
So you talk about Rick Evans?
Yes, yeah, so we have no appointments.
Public comment, anybody? Donna, Kelly? On agenda item 3, that set the meeting was, did you just do that? Did we just do that? Or we just talked about it a second ago, right?
Set meeting with Rick Evans, timber tax appraiser. So we're having an issue with a logger in town. We've already issued one timber warrant, and I have one that has been compiled for today. Rick was going to come in and speak with the board this morning, but he had already an educational session that he could not skip. He was actually the instructor. So he's asked the board to meet with him next week. Tuesday and Thursday are both wide open for him. I shot you both an email, actually included Rosemary. I think Kenny's response was Thursday worked better for him.
Will Rosemary be back on Thursday? Or?
I don't know. She hasn't responded to the email, and I don't know how long she's gone for.
Thursday works for me as well.
Okay.
8 o'clock? Will that give him time to be here?
Yep.
He's okay with 8 o'clock, you think?
Yeah.
So we just want to notify Rosemary that there's consensus on that meeting.
Okay. So I'll set a meeting for Thursday, April 25th at 8 a.m. And that will be with Rick Evans, who's the New Hampshire DRA timber tax appraiser. I believe one of the landowners will be in attendance, and one owner is from out of state, so he will not be able to make it. And Donna, I don't think we need cameras, do we? Because it's probably about...
Oh, is it non-public or?
I guess it could be considered if it was
could be
about-
considered. No.
If you're going to talk about things that affect the reputation of the logger,
Yeah.
potentially you should at least start in non-public. You might have to disclose the decision at some point, but
Or even the landowner's, issues. Maybe, so
I'll post it as non-public under the reputation.
And do you want it, so would the logger be at the meeting as well?
No.
Should he be notified that there is a meeting, and, should he have an opportunity to
Well, this is
attend?
this is basically on the timber taxes that are going to be assessed. It has nothing really to do with the logger. The logger has harvested the wood and been paid for the wood.
I just don't know if there's any legal reason to make sure that he's
Well,
there.
it's in the
presenting.
courts, and that's why Rick's coming to discuss this with the board.
I would say no then.
Okay,
If it's already being
It's in the court.
Litigated.
Yeah, it's in the courts.
okay.
you probably don't want to put all 3 of those people in a room.
Okay, I understand that.
There's no right to a fair hearing at this point because you haven't done anything.
Right.
You're
Okay.
you're just taking information from the log, from the forest ranger and the owner.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kelly.
So I'll schedule it for a non-public Thursday, April 25th at 8 a.m.
You can check that with Rick too if if you're worried about it.
Yeah.
Rick Evans.
Rick Sager.
Do we need to really? I think we're safe with your
I'm
advice.
okay with that.
Yeah.
Checking with Rick, or you're okay with
No.
just holding a non-public session?
No, non-public.
Okay.
Thank you. Moving along, Site 30, Lake Ivanhoe Campground.
This is a site that has outstanding taxes for the 2017 tax year. I had sent numerous letters out trying to track down the taxes because the unit has been removed. I was gathering information to send it to the police department. The owners of the RV have moved 3 times since they've been at this site, so I've been trying to track them down on the internet. When I started to gather the information to send it to the police department, I located a registration that was mailed in after. The campgrounds have to provide us with a list of who's taxable and not taxable by April 1st. This unit was listed as a taxable unit. When I went through the campgrounds folder, they had also supplied us with information on June 9th, which included a registration dated May 18th, 2017. So now I've discovered that the unit was, and there was a letter that I stated, you're on the tax rolls. What you'll need to do is file for an abatement and include your registration, and there may be a proration or something like that. They never did. But now that I've found this, I don't think it's worth any more of our time to try and track this money down. So they were taxable from April 1st, and the registration was valid May 18th, 2017. Basically, it's a month and a half of real estate taxes. I just wanted the board's opinion. Did you want to abate it? It's $191.27, or do you want me to still try and track down mailing addresses and send this to the PD?
You've probably got 5 hours invested so far.
Oh, I have more than that in this one.
I think, yeah.
It's hard to just debate them. Because where do you draw the line? But yeah, I understand.
Is the 191, can I ask a question?
Yep.
Is the 191.20 for the whole year?
For the whole
or is
year.
that for the 47 days?
No, that's for the whole year with lien costs, because it's already gone to lien.
So if you divide 191.20 by 365 days and times it by 47, that's all we would have been entitled to.
Exactly.
Exactly, yes.
So you're top, so, yeah.
So to me, it's not worth
Right.
the effort in an hour,
I mean,
even
they
in
didn't-
hours of the police time.
They didn't document properly if we
Right.
went to BTLA for this,
We
Yeah.
would lose.
they would award us $6 and we would spend 6,000
Right.
arguing about it.
Yeah.
Or 600 or,
But I'd hate to set a precedent, and all I have to do is be faster at my shell game than you, and I get out of it. All you have
This-
to do is weigh you down.
Yeah. In the other instances, they were not registered.
Mhm.
They
This
had
one
never
is
produced.
registered.
This one is registered. They did produce it. They did produce it back in 17.
Yeah.
It was just later than the process, and therefore they were advised to file for an abatement, and they never did.
Yeah. I'll make a motion to abate.
I'll second it. Any other discussion on that?
Nope.
All in favor of the
Aye.
motion? Aye. All right.
I just need signatures on that one abatement.
What the?
You gotta keep up.
What the scribble? Okay. Moving along to old business. Anything like that happening?
No.
Correspondence, judgment for map 114, lot 14.
So this is one of the lots on Scribner Hill Road that the board reviewed I think it was about a year and a half ago. These lots we were assessing as buildable lots. The realtor represented the owner, went to the planning board. The planning board stated that they were non-buildable. We received a letter from the code enforcement officer at that time indicating that those lots had been determined non-buildable and therefore changed the assessment. I think if I remember correctly, the board at that time said there was no abatement application before the board and there was no deed restrictions, and therefore we kept it as a buildable lot. This has now since gone to Superior Court, and it is now a buildable lot.
These are the
Oh,
ones
it's back.
close to the road, right?
These were the two
Right,
lots
right
that
there.
were shaded. They were shaded as
that's
non-buildable
14
to be
right there.
deeded
Yeah.
as I believe it was to move the access.
There's a little cut, there's a little road right there, I think. That little
Yeah.
driveway.
Yes, it goes onto the property.
So I just wanted to let the board, advise the board of the decision. If you want a copy of the decision, I'd be more than happy to scan it and email it to you. Otherwise, I'll have it in the folder.
I'm sure the planning board already has a copy of it,
They
right?
do, yeah.
Well, that's,
Trying to say it's never non-buildable.
never non-buildable?
Never non-buildable. You go to the zoning board and get a variance. You'll have your electric septic system soon and just be drinking out of that.
Get Uncle Phil involved.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on that issue?
Nope.
Administrative matters, we have some intent to cut forms.
We had some. We had an intent to cut from map 49 lot 9, map 135 lot 1, and map 137 lot 3. Those were signed in between both of our meeting dates. We only have that 15-day period. So those were the intents that I had emailed the board about. No new ones have come in since then.
All right. Intent to excavate.
I have an intent to excavate for Wakefield tax map 47 lot 29. This is the site out in East Wakefield, right on Route 153.
Right by Country Goods Store.
Yes. They have not filed the report of excavation for last year, but I am expecting that any day. They did file an intent to excavate for 7,000 cubic yards of material and included the $100 filing fee. The planning board is still holding the $3,000 bond.
That's the one with the for sale sign out in front of it now.
Yes, it is.
What about the other half of the lot, or the other lot that has all the excavation on it?
They're only supposed to be excavating map 47 lot 29. It should not be a portion of the,
32?
Did it go over to Stevens Corner?
But I don't know, there's his excavation equipment on 32. I mean, this is only...
he has no permits to excavate on that other lot.
It's only 200 feet deep. That's the main area where the gravel is now.
Right.
And I mean, this has definitely been cut timber-wise, and
Certainly looks like the loam's been pulled off.
yeah.
Well, this came in on March 27th, but it didn't include the filing fee, so I sent an email back. So we received it April 8th. Do you want me to send it to Mary Pinkham Langer and have her come out and take a look at it?
Either that or code enforcement, just ask them if they are on the second lot.
You might want to show them a picture of that when you're asking the question.
Which would you like me to do, code enforcement or
I would start
gravel
with-
tax appraiser?
I would start with the
Code
code
enforcement.
enforcement to make sure that the Google Earth picture looks accurate enough that there is excavation going on
Yeah, there's
the
equipment.
second lot.
And there's
Okay.
equipment.
Yeah,
And how far over is Stevens Corner? It's right there in the corner.
yeah, right here, coming up on this side. And then there's a third lot in there. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's.
they did have an intent to cut here, but they have no intent to excavate.
And it
Oh, so the
seems as
store
though-
owns these two.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
the disturbed area is equal to that other map, right? The highlighted map has a disturbed area, and it seems like the one behind it is equal to it.
Because it's just timber removed on this, but this is a year old, the photo. Cleared acres, 2.6.
2.61.
That's over 90,000 square feet. Certainly, well, would it be an alteration of terrain as well?
That's obviously cleared when you zoom in.
Yeah,
And there's a piece of equipment right there.
It looks like, to me,
It
that
all
looks like
looks sloped.
bank run gravel right there in the middle of it.
yeah, in that area there. So just make sure, and then if it is under excavation, notify.
Mary.
Mary.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll table that item.
Yep.
Timber tax warrants.
So the first one, and it's on the handout too, is for Wakefield tax map 167 lot 33 in the amount of $713.16. Map 130 lot 1 in the amount of $384.83. Map 233 lot 10 in the amount of $105.10. And map 223 lots 6 and 7 in the amount of $159.43. So the total of the warrant is for $1,362.52.
Any action on that, Ken?
Make a motion to approve that.
I'll second that motion in the amount of $1362.52.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so I've got 5 forms that you need to sign. Total.
For the one. Good thing they cut all those trees for us.
I know.
Boy. He's whistling through these paper. Hopefully you didn't sign your marriage license like that again.
It would have what it was if I didn't.
Next timber warrant is for Wakefield Tax Map 135 Lot 1 in the amount of $142.53, and Map 95 Lot 35 in the amount of $693.82. So the total warrant is in the amount of $836.35.
I'll make a motion to approve that warrant for $836.35.
I'll second it.
Any other discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so I need 3 signatures there.
Thank you, Ken.
So,
The last warrants are for Wakefield Tax Map 193 Lot 9, 193 Lot 8, and 193 Lot 7. It's the same landowner. And these are the properties that you're gonna be meeting, or one of the, there's 4 properties involved in the discussion for next week. These 3 are included in this discussion. I'm not sure if you wanna sign the warrant or wait until the meeting next week and make a decision after that.
okay, waiting if it's not time sensitive.
I am as well. So by consensus, we'll table that issue.
Table that.
Thank you. Any current use applications?
No, not this month.
There's usually more applications to come out of current use than there is to go into. Right?
Yeah.
All right, so we're off to the abatement process.
Off to abatements. First abatement is for Wakefield Tax Map 95 Lot 10, which is 208 Obortolac Road. Rod went out on all these appointments on Tuesday when he was here. The second floor is unfinished. Half of the first floor is being renovated, and he added a temporary depreciation for the other half of the first floor, which has not been renovated. He did pick up new decks and remove a shed. The current assessment was $174,700. He's recommending that the board reduce it to $124,600, which would be a difference of $50,100, which calculates to $564 in taxes and $3 in interest.
I'll make a motion to accept our assessment firm's recommendation on tax map 95 lot 10.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So I need 2 signatures. The next one is for Wakefield Tax Map 98, Lot 6, which is 1711 Province Lake Road. They filed for an abatement. They felt that they were overassessed. They did include one market analysis. When I called to schedule an appointment, he did not want Rod to view the interior of the home. He thought that he could assess it from the exterior. So Rod did go out just to verify measurements, make sure everything was accurate on the exterior. Therefore, Rod's recommending to deny the application since he was not allowed to view into the
I'd agree with that.
So the market analysis was done on that property and not
The market
Similar
analysis was
property.
done on this property, yes. And it's interesting that when he had a market analysis done, the letter from the realtor says, "You have done a wonderful job of updating and maintaining the home, and obviously you care for the property." So the woman doing the market analysis was allowed in, but
Yeah.
the assessing firm
Right.
wasn't.
So, can I like a motion to accept his recommendation?
Yep.
I'd second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So just one signature on the line.
Thank you.
Is this one yours, or
No.
does that go back?
It should have
that was
gone
the
back
first
to
one,
last
yeah.
one. I was just gonna start stacking them, but
Next one is for Wakefield Tax Map 31, Lot 14, 85 South Doorway. This property is a fairly new home, and it's been posted, so Brent has been estimating from obviously the road. Rod's comment is property has been estimated due to posting. He corrected the measurements on the house. He picked up central air conditioning, a fireplace, and a deck. He corrected the flooring to laminate, and he removed the half-story finished, which was over one of the side additions. We had estimated that there was a half-story there, and there wasn't.
it's a log cabin.
No, I don't believe so.
No.
The original assessment was $523,500. His recommendation is to reduce that value to $459,600, which is a difference of $63,900, converting to $719 in taxes and $15 in interest.
I'll move to accept our assessor's recommendation.
And they didn't go into the property on this one?
Yes, he went
He did?
completely through this property.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next one is for map 45, lot 76, 252 Bellow Boulevard. This property has been completely gutted and used as storage. Rod did meet the owner out there, went through the home. It was originally assessed at $125,500. Rod's changed it to completely gutted, basically using as storage. He said there's no interior walls. It needs a lot of work. His recommendation is to reduce the value to $58,800, which results in a difference of $66,700, converting to $751 in tax, $19 in interest.
I'll make a motion to accept his recommendation.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That property he did purchase that in 17 for $43,000, just so you know. Two signatures, Ralph,
Oh,
on the bottom too.
sorry about that.
That's okay.
We all know
Did
how
Kenny
sorry
sign?
I
Yeah,
am.
Kenny
We
signed.
did.
Next one is two vacant lots, Wakefield Tax Map 22, Lot 18 and 19. These are located on Province Lake Road, excuse me. She filed for an abatement because she's had these properties on the market for about 3 years now. Rod went out and walked the properties. Lot 19, he adjusted the land value for a large ravine in the middle of the lot, and looks like there could be a drainage issue. The original assessment was for $26,200. He's recommending reducing the value to $18,500, which calculates to $7,700, converting to $28 in tax and $1 in interest. Lot 18, which is an abutting lot, he adjusted that lot for topography. The lot drops off in the back. The current assessment was $26,200, reducing the value to $23,700, a difference of $2,500, which converts to, the last abatement was $87 in taxes, $1 in interest. For lot 18, it's going to be $28 in tax and $1 in interest. Did you get that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Do you want me to repeat
No,
it?
no, I'm just hoping Ken moves, but I'll move to accept the assessment, the recommendation from Ron on that.
So these have been on the market for, how much are they asking for?
I didn't bring that information. I don't know if she said it in here.
Oh, it's right before pickpocket.
Oh, yeah.
List price $19,200
And they're not,
for 19. List
Yeah.
price for 18 was $24,200.
she should combine them and sell them as one.
That's
Yeah. Are they minimum lots?
Yeah,
Size?
yeah, they're pretty small.
Out there, it's not 3 acres though, right?
Could be, shoreline.
They're right before Pickpocket Road.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
it's right there.
Right before Moranti's old property.
Which
The
is,
lighter green, is that rural too? Free, it's a rural
R3.
free zone.
did we already move that question?
We thought about it. I'll just clarify then, I'll make a motion for the abatement for 18 and 19.
A second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So there's 3 for that one.
Better do it
Oops.
twice than not at all.
I was going to
Right.
say, yeah, I'll go with the first one because I had already got that in.
So what I just whispered was that I think we had already moved it.
You had already moved it and seconded.
No more whispering, Ken.
It's short-term memory.
Next one is for Wakefield Tax Map 22 Lot 35. This is 4196 Province Lake Road. This is a home that we've never been in. Rod met with the owners and went through the entire property. Corrected the sketch for, there's a lot of cathedral ceiling area with a catwalk. And he added a functional depreciation. It's a 3-bedroom home, but 2 bedrooms have no interior closets. The original assessment was $321,400. He's recommending to reduce that to $287,200, a difference of $34,200, which calculates to $385 in taxes, $9 in interest. They did have a market analysis, which came out to a value of $279, and Rod's at $287.2.
I'll make a motion to accept Rod's recommendation.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next one is for map 92 lot 12, 2035 Province Lake Road. We have not been into this property in a long time. We met with the gentleman, Rod met with the gentleman out there. He corrected the bedroom count to 2 bedrooms. Bath is only a 1 bedroom, 1 bath. He added a temporary depreciation for unfinished areas and a physical depreciation for the 40 by 15 portion of the home. This is the old post office. It was the old Sparhawk house.
I was
where
gonna
the-
say the post office, you're going
Yeah.
back a ways.
So the post office area, which is the 40 by 15 area,
Mhm.
Rod said that's in pretty poor condition.
Yeah,
Those were bills.
He was talking
Yeah.
about removing it, but he told Rod that he's getting a lot of grief from a lot of the abutters because it was the old post office and has some significance to those people.
Then they should buy it.
I know. So the current assessment after the update was 182.1. He's recommending that we reduce the value to 109,600, which is a difference of 72,500, calculating to $816 in taxes. Rod did say that there is a lot of work to be done
Yeah.
on both the interior and the exterior.
Jeez, I keep hogging all these motions. Kevin.
Yeah, but it makes the minutes easier for when they get typed.
Okay, well, I'll move to accept our recommendation from Rod.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I feel so.
Empowered.
Yes.
Next one is for Wakefield Tax Map 42 Lot 7, located at 55 Cray Hill Road. He went through this house. We always had it as a residential home, but the homeowners have pointed out that it's actually a double-wide mobile home, has the metal barrier, or I don't know what you call them, in the basement, and he was able to locate a HUD sticker. So he's changed that base rate. The original assessment was $324,400. He's recommending a reduction down to $257,300, which is a difference of $67,100. It's a large home, which converts to $755 in taxes, $16 in interest.
That's a carrying stick in the basement you just
The
mentioned.
steel beams, it's on a trailer frame.
Yeah.
I'll make the motion to accept the recommendation from Rod.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
He says it's a unique build. It actually has trusses upstairs.
On the manufactured home?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
said it was a special order because he's never seen anything like it. And they showed him provided the documentation of
Yeah.
when they ordered it.
Yeah, it's got an attached garage too with it.
Yep. Next one is from Wakefield Tax Map 56 Lot 60, 65 Fox Lane. They basically filed because we had the wrong number of baths. Rod changed to 1 bath, and then when he went into the property, he actually corrected the story height. The original assessment was for $262,000. He's recommending we reduce it to $249,400, which is a difference of $12,600, calculating to $142 in tax and $3 in interest.
Jeez, I can't motivate you, can I?
Nope.
All right, so I'll make a motion to accept the recommendation from
I'll
Rod.
second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The next ones are in the Province Lake area. These are people who, during the last update, Rod had changed a lot of the neighborhood codes. These were all coded as water access, and they are not. We've checked the deeds. So the first one is for Wakefield Tax Map 9, Lot 67, 207 Bonnyman Road. This is the house across the street. He actually owns 2 separate parcels. He does own a lakefront parcel, which is where he accesses the lake. But the home site, the deed does not refer to lake access.
So is the next 7 all just the deed
same.
description?
Yep, so we changed the neighborhood codes
Yeah.
from water access to non-water access. Do you want to do those all together?
That's what I was thinking, if you're okay with that.
If that's your motion, I'll second it.
Yeah.
So we already mentioned map 9 lot 67, map 9 lot 61. I'm gonna skip over Hemlock Drive, we'll revisit that. Map 9 lot 39, map 9 lot 38-1, map 9 lot 39, map 9 lot 40, and map 9 lot 41.
Oh, we went to page 2.
These are all neighborhood codes.
Yep.
We had them as listed as lake access and their deeds. So one lot, I just explained the first one. They own 2 separate lots. One lot is described as one parcel, including the right-of-way, the roadway. So, but we tax them separately. So therefore, we remove the water access from the house site because he's already getting a waterfront tax bill. The others are all back lots, and that was one landowner.
All right, there's a motion on the table to approve the recommendation of Rod. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so 2 signatures there.
And you probably don't have the total on all of those, right? I mean, as far as monetary,
It's right there.
just on the bottom of each one, right?
Yep.
So I should, okay,
Add it up.
well, I could, maybe I'll add it up later.
So,
It's about the same for all.
Is it?
I mean,
All right,
200 times 7.
I'll just eyeball them.
well, these are different. So lot 38 is $160. 38-1 is 160, 39 is 160, lot 40 is 163, and lot 41 is 191. So these were actually lower than that one.
I'll keep Googling them when I see them.
Do you want, I'll include that in the minutes if you want. The
That would be
amounts.
excellent, thank you. Or just the total amount is
Mhm.
fine with me.
Sure. Okay, and the one that we skipped over, map 80, lot 69, 4 Hemlock Drive. This gentleman indicated that the water frontage was wrong on the maps, so he submitted information to the mapping company with a correction form, and they did correct water frontage. This changed the assessment from $438,900 down to $423,000. Difference is $16,900. Converts to $179 in tax and $5 in interest.
I'll make a motion to accept the recommendation from Rod.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And Hemlock, how far in on Bonnyman is that?
It's right on the corner.
Out towards the point, yeah.
Off
I
of-
mean, Hemlock's not very long anyways, but
Beyond Stands, old place?
They actually demoed that house and rebuilt. That's a brand new construction, I think, in 17.
Oh. I think I know where it is. Okay. Before Toll Farm, right?
No,
this
you're on
is off
Balch
of,
here. This is
Oh.
off of Concord Lane.
No.
The other ones we just did were off of Toll Farm in Bonnyman.
That's why we pulled this one out of the
Okay.
sequence, because we're up on balls for a
Balch,
different
okay.
issue.
Thank you for. I was like, where the heck is Hemlock on Providence Lake?
So is that gonna be the majority of the abatements?
No. Now we're, next month, he's given me 2 full days.
Mm-hmm.
One day he'll spend on Pond Road, and the next day he will spend on all of the other waterfront parcels. We wait for the waterfront until the lake, the ice
The
melts,
ices,
and
yeah.
he can see the
Yeah.
water and the water quality and the depth.
Yeah. Would you say that was half of them that we're gonna have, or?
I would say half.
Yeah,
Yep.
so that's not bad for total wide.
1%. We
Market
had a little
analysis.
bit less than 1%.
Yeah.
And not necessarily disgruntled, but more adjusting.
Yeah, yeah, and if the data's inaccurate, definitely clean it up.
All right, on to,
Yeah, and just to add to that, Pond Road, they're all filed because of the road maintenance,
Mm-hmm.
but Rod has said that he wants to go into every property
Yeah,
to make
Yeah.
sure all of the other
yeah,
data
if you're
is
gonna look
accurate.
at it, you've gotta make
Yes.
sure it's accurate at
Yeah.
that time, sure.
anything on the luck tax?
Tax credits and exemptions.
Yeah.
So the first one is a new one, standard veteran tax credit, map 193, lot 5. Veteran served December 7th, 2003 to March 28th, 2005, honorably discharged, therefore qualifies under 7228VF. And the second standard veterans tax credit is for map 57, lot 26. Veteran served July 23rd, 1965 to March 17th, 1970. Honorably discharged, therefore qualifies under 7228V, Section D. Those are the two new standard
Standards.
veteran tax credits.
I'll make a motion to approve those two.
I'll second that. Thank you.
Mhm.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And thank you to
I
our
need
vets.
2 signatures on that, and then I just need one approval there. Same thing.
Uh-oh.
Sarps, chief.
Didn't mind.
I don't.
Okay. Pretty close.
Run here and here.
Sorry about that.
Those I just need initials for.
That would be RGF. Initially.
The next ones are all elderly exemption renewals, so if you wanna do those all together. Wakefield tax map 113 lot 11, map 209 lot 4, map 168 lot 3, map 121 lot 1, map 47 lot 23, map 125 lot 7, map 184 lot 8, and map 116 lot 36.
All renewals.
All renewals.
Yep.
All elderly exemption renewals.
I'll make the motion to approve those.
I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, so you just need to sign next to your name on all of those. And I've already dated
Next to
them.
your name.
Yeah.
It's just to limit the confusion for me.
Definitely, yeah.
I did not receive a renewal for an existing elderly exemption for map 183 lot 26. Does the board want me to communicate, or does the board want me to just remove that exemption?
I think you might want to reach out, but that don't mean, that doesn't mean that
That will be.
Ken's opinion, I mean, I want to hear Ken's.
What's the time frame for that to be?
Well, on the elderly exemptions, I do mail them a reminder.
Mhm.
So they've gotten a reminder.
They've already gotten one.
And
It's-
they're due by April 15th, and they know by now that they're,
Mhm.
we ask annually for them
Yeah.
to refile the worksheet so we can verify the income and the assets.
I'd say you've already done your due diligence beyond, you've sent a reminder notice and it's past the 15th.
Okay.
That's me.
By consensus, I suppose.
All right,
So
thank you, sir.
remove that and,
Yep. Hopefully it comes back next year.
okay.
Well, hopefully they're still with us.
Exactly, yeah.
And then just an update on the A9s and A12s, which is the religious, charitable, and educational exemptions. I have not received 4 of those this year. 2 of them are leases of town property. One is the Wakefield Food Pantry, the Greater Wakefield Resource Center, and St. John's Episcopal Church. So there's 3. So I don't know what to do because we've taken this to the BTLA
Mhm.
last year and we lost, so
2 years ago.
I'm not sure, 2 years ago. I'm not sure if you want me to send a reminder that those forms are due.
That's all you can do. It's really all you can
Yeah,
do.
I did not send reminders this year, but last year's letter indicated that we would not be sending courtesy reminders in the future.
Oh,
Well, it was basically a waste of my time because if they don't file,
Mhm.
they still get the exemption, basically.
I'm all set, send them a tax bill. We didn't lose because we were wrong, but, in my opinion, but.
well. I think we lost because I was insisting on being fair to everybody.
What really happens is the law needs to change, or
You know, the requirements need to be strengthened, I think, you know, or just, I think the
How many did you
requirements are pretty
receive?
Clear. That's a good question.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 11, and we had one new one.
yeah. So
Habitat for
why are
Humanity.
those 12 people abiding by the rules and regulations, and these 3 don't? We know that there's been a change in leadership. Somebody was sick. Somebody didn't file the paperwork.
Can I?
Sure.
So in the Greater Wakefield Resource Center, the food pantry, we know they're still operating as nonprofits.
Mhm.
I think the church has become more problematic because if a church closes and they rent it out as a home or something, then it obviously is taxable and has value, and we don't really have any way of knowing that. But with the food pantry and the Greater Wakefield Resource Center, we're aware that they're still operating. So
Can,
I don't disagree with what
so can I,
Mr. Paul says, but I think that it's a lot of work to send it. It's a lot of work to send a tax bill,
Oh, yeah.
and then they will come in for an abate, you know, and we'll have to grant it because we've lost a BTLA or go to BTLA again.
Yeah.
Which will cost us time and money.
But I think this is why that decision by BTLA is problematic, because again, for the ones we don't know, you know, if this happened to me in another town where the Catholic Church was leasing its parking lot to another business, a for-profit business, and we didn't know for years. And they didn't put it on their A9 and they didn't file it, and finally somebody figured it out, and we went to them and, oh yeah, we're getting money for that. Well, then it's taxable. That's not fair to the town, the rest of the town, or the rest of these people who are filing their A9s.
Send a sternly written letter.
I'd offer a motion to extend the deadline to these 3 and let them know that their deadline has been extended. Could they please
Is that legal?
file the proper?
You can't extend a state deadline.
No,
You can't.
that's why I was just going with a
Well,
sternly
local control.
sternly written letter.
You could only make it more stringent. State law, you can only make more stringent, not less. So.
Right.
But you should, I think you should write the letter and say.
Just to
you
get 'em
missed
on the loop
You
next
missed the
year.
deadline.
Yeah.
Remember, we told you we weren't gonna remind you anymore because,
Yeah.
and, you know.
Send
Yeah, I
them
mean,
a letter, get it
I'm just
in.
an advocate of open and clear communication.
Yeah.
Well, I think you should give them a deadline. You got 10 days, 12 days, 14, whatever.
And again,
because
we know
otherwise-
somebody's filing their federal tax returns. At the same time, they should be filing the paperwork for us as well. And if you get them in the habit of that, especially if they're paying a professional to do it,
Do they get the A9 in the mail from us or from the state, or do they have to actually go and pull it
No,
off?
they have to go and pull it off.
Geez, that's a lot of work.
click and print.
It's on our website too, I believe.
So any recommendation, Ken?
Send them a letter. Do you want to attach the A9 form too for their convenience? No, just advise them they've missed their date and to please file.
Do what they can.
Within so
comply.
many business days, or
Upon receiving the notice.
Yeah, I think I just
Just and more of it's just to get them in the loop for next year as well too.
okay.
we hate to be pushy, but
Well, it's
Easier
3
than
this
being-
year. It'll be 8 next
So you
year.
missed
It'll
the
be
filing
13.
deadline. Please file the forms immediately.
Have a nice day.
good approach.
Thank you. Still
Where the heck are our board minutes? Oh, is that it for tax credits and exemptions?
That's it. Yep.
Okay. Board minutes.
I make a motion to approve.
I would second it with any amendments, Ken?
Nope.
All right.
From your spell checker, we got a problem.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anything for non-public?
Yes.
Really?
Oh, sorry, I got you crossed out already.
Can I ask a question under public comment before you go into the public?
Sure.
Can I
If it's all right.
ask what the market analysis was for 98.6? The one you denied. Sorry, Cindy.
That's okay.
I should have shouted it out.
No.
Okay.
That's what that part of the agenda is for.
Sometimes it's easier to shout it out in the middle once you get that.
You ain't kidding.
Oop, that's easy, that was the second one.
Yeah.
But I would have had to drop the gavel on you, Joe. Shouting out in the middle of
I know you would.
So we have the property assessed at $407,300. The market appraisal came in between $352,500 to $372,000. Using the three closest comps, my evaluation of your property is $354,666.
I think I'd be thrown out.
Now,
Yeah.
they don't, in the market analysis, because I reviewed these and I asked Rod about them as well, they don't actually look at square footages, they don't do adjustments for square foot, like an appraisal, you'll see the adjustments for garage, no garage, square footage, bedroom, bath counts. They don't do any of that. They just look at the selling prices of the comps, and then they kind of arrange them and do a median.
Are the comps from our town or
No,
other towns?
no,
Right.
but Rod was familiar with
The comps.
most of the comps.
And was this a recent market analysis, or was this from when they bought it?
This was January 2nd, 2019.
Okay.
So they'd be better off getting an appraisal, right? A certified appraisal.
Well,
than they
they'd
would
have
be
been better
able-
off letting the assessor in the house to start with. Then we would have definitely gone with Rod's recommendation. I think that would have been a
Most
start.
likely, yeah, most likely. All right, so I guess I'll make a motion to go into non-public under RSA 91A, semicolon 3, part 2, section C.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Fog eye?
all out. Aye. Yes,
No, I got honey pies guy.
not bad.
All right, so a motion to come out of non-public was made, seconded, and we voted in the affirmative to come out of non-public. We're going to, I'll make a motion to seal the minutes of the non-public.
I'll second.
Any time limits on that? Couple years maybe?
Yeah,
or-
we should revisit those every so often anyways, every couple of years
2
or
years.
something like that, yeah.
Sure. All right, so all in favor of that motion to seal the minutes?
Aye.
Aye. And
Public comment?
I'll make a motion to adjourn if it's okay.
You don't wanna take any public comment?
Quiet down over there.
Donna might have something.
Donnie, you got anything?
No, I'm fine.
You sure? Her comment is she's fine.
That's good. I'll make a motion to adjourn,
I'll second your motion.
and we'll be back next Thursday.
Yes, we will. See you then. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.